Hey, what's up? Alright, let's do this. So, I want to finish the project I was working on last time. I believe that last time, oops, you know what, that reminds me. I believe last time our ship crashed. I don't remember what for. I think we made a bad maneuver or something. Eve Rover debris, yep. There's a little bit. I see some on the ground. Let's recover that. What else we got? Hermes? What was the Hermes? Oh, the Hermes, that's right. The Hermes was that big old ship that we were working on. I'm just gonna terminate it. I know that's kind of against my own rules, but I don't want to deal with it right now. Let's see here. Alright, so let's go back. Now, let's see, Eve. Oh, is it still up there in space? What am I looking at? Oh, okay. I guess it considered that uh, something. Okay. So we got our Eve satellite, which I'm hoping can put a signal down onto the rover. We just gotta find a place to land it. Which I'm looking at Eve now, and there's a lot of ocean. A lot of whatever that is. I don't know what it would take to make a purple planet, but there he is. Let's see. Then we got one rover over here on Duna. I'm wondering what. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Ivysaur 2. Let's fly this real quick. I just realized that the game thinks it's a relay. It should be a rover. Yeah. What the heck? That's not a relay. Rename vessel. That is a rover. Gosh dang it. Alright, tracking station. So apparently we're just doing a little bit of cleanup right now. Alright. Long Tong rocket ship. Now, what was Long Tong rocket ship? Oh, that was the bit that it came down with. Gotcha. Space station ring. I was thinking about working on the space station some more tonight. So we might do that. So you got the Juno satellite, the Deep Space Gateway is over here. I thought I was like in deep space. I was like, that's not where you're supposed to be. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so it's doing what it's supposed to. It kind of flies over this camp. I'm gonna move this camp a little bit. We're gonna pick a new spot. As much as I like this little area that they're in, it's not gonna work. For several reasons. Is because it's just a weird long shot away from the space station, and this looks way more interesting with this cool little canyon than that other crater ever did. So I think that's what we're gonna do here. Did they add something, textures or something to the moon? It looks a little bit better than normal. So yeah. Let's see here. All right, yeah. So let's deployed central station. What is this? Oh, that's our moon camp. Yes. We're going to be decommissioning this moon camp, so we should probably think about picking up our crew here and then just taking them to the Deep Space Gateway, and then they can then we can start rebuilding a new camp. So we'll probably just abandon all of that. Alright, so let's get back to our little camp here. I know we're in a transfer window for Eve, and I want to start working on that rocket. Not rocket. Let's see here. It was an Eve rover. There it is. It was a good rocket. The problem is that when I did the maneuver, it went into the planet, if I'm remembering correctly. So we gotta do this again. So this is our payload. Right here, we have a heat shield. Got the rover itself, and then we got this kind of crane mechanism that's going to help lower the rover. So we're not doing what we did last time, which was let's see here. I think I want to add some more here. Which last time we just had this big old bulky, really annoying. I'm losing my train of thought. Really annoying platform that the rover was sitting on, and so we ended up having to make a really wide fairing just to cover the rover. And it landed fine. It got to Duna. This is just so cumbersome that I don't want to send another big rocket like that up into space again. So let's see here. So I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna add some reaction wheels down here. So it's gonna have a battery, reaction wheel. I'm trying to decide if I should also add computer, like any kind of like auto, like remote control to this thing. That way it will help us avoid space junk around Eve. I don't want too much space junk. And sure, yes, you can do what I just literally just did and delete some stuff, but I don't want to. It's funner to just, and more satisfying to get rid of it immersively. According to my immersion scientists. Yeah. Let's see here. Auto strut. Let's do root parts. So back to the auto struts. Gotta make sure everything is not gonna break on us here. Okay. Perfect. Root parts over here. Root parts. Root part. I think that's one too many dishes. Okay. I think we're good here. I think we're good there. There probably should be a way to charge the batteries. Yeah. And I think I can't remember if this guy has an RTG on it. I think there is an RTG on this thing. Alright. So we'll stick 2 panels here and 2 panels there. Now these guys should be safe and sound when they deploy to help see, extend solar panels, just to make sure. Oh, that's the wrong kind. I don't want that kind. Nah, not that kind. The 3x2, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Perfect. This is what I wanted. Just because I just wanted something small and compact. Let's see, retract solar panel. I also was thinking of doing a Starlink program, but for Duna. Let's see here, retract solar panel. That should be good. Let's say what we. Oh, cancel. I almost hit the. I hit the wrong thing. Okay. So let's see. Where's our fairing at? Auto struts. Yeah, that definitely needs an auto strut. Okay. Jeez. Could have had some problems over here. Auto struts. Yeah, that would have been a problem later if we if I didn't catch that sooner. Auto strut root parts, yes. All of this is auto strutted. And definitely this thing. And definitely that thing. Okay. Now I think, now let's just double check this over here. Yup. Okay. think we're good. Oh, no auto strut here. Root parts. Okay, actually this thing should probably go to the heaviest part. And then when it breaks off, the heaviest part will obviously be here in the middle. Alright. This should be a good one. I think this rocket's about ready. We can start sending this over. See, build fairing. Ooh, I'm so excited about this one. What's this thing getting caught on? Getting caught with something. Okay. Guess we can't shrink it anymore. I was hoping we could get away with it. Smaller fairings make it easier. Okay. Close the fairing. Just gonna leave it like a more pointy, so it's more aerodynamic. Okay. It's not a bad rocket, if I do say so myself. Now for the separation here. This could also be a potential problem. Let's see, where are these guys staged? They're over here. Alright. So let's do the Separatrons. And bam, bam. So let's move these Separatrons right here with this stage. Okay. Then we'll do the same over here. Oops. I always get the buttons wrong. Like, I feel like they change. Okay. That should be enough. And they should separate just fine. Alright, let's I'm gonna save it again. We're gonna launch. So we'll see how this goes. Alrighty. Launching the rocket in 3, 2, 1. Looks good. The boosters are draining faster than the core, as it should. Sometimes I make mistakes in calculating how much fuel is in here. And the boosters outlast the center here, and that's annoying. So I'm glad that's not the case today. Alright, how are we doing here? Let's start doing our gravity turn. Just a nice one. Just a little tilt, not too crazy. Let's just keep it right there. Check our trajectory real quick. Alrighty. This thing is moving pretty fast. Quite fast. That's what I wanted. Okay, there we go. We can stop there. We're over the Kármán line. And that should get us going. Let's see. Let's dump that fairing. We will no longer need that. As soon as we pass this atmosphere bit, I just thought about that. Don't want to wreck my rover this early on in the game. Okay. Now we can dump it. Alright. The next thing we're gonna do is extend this antenna. We're gonna start working on some maneuver notes for circularization, and also kind of fix our axis. We're a little tilted. Okay, here. A little bit of radial burn, a little this, a little that. We're good. Alright, so let's see. How's that look? I think that's good enough. Doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to get the job done. It's really it. Looks like somebody's sending a poor signal back from from the relays. What's up with the relays? Why is there a poor signal? What's going on over here? Alright. Anyways. So it looks like in order to circularize, we are going to be dumping the boosters, it looks like, first off. I'm surprised we still have the boosters. Like, I didn't think we were going to have them this late. Okay. Say goodbye to those. I am noticing that we are kind of doing a little twirl here. Alright, so there goes the first stage. We can dump that. First stage did really good. That was a good first stage. For sure. Alright, let's make sure we are circularizing properly here. That is kind of coming down a little bit slow for comfort. I think we'll be fine though. I think we'll be alright. Looks like we're getting there. And this is a rover after all. It's not confused what this thing is. Game. Alrighty. So we're circularized, and we're over the Kármán line. Bam. I gave myself a little bit of extra speed for our periaps. So let's see here. Let's add maneuver. Now we'll probably end up passing node in 1 minute. Yeah, we'll probably end up passing this node. So we'll just have to swing around. But I just want to... Okay, there we go. Set Eve as the target. Now the best way to get to Eve... Okay. I got a little bit... We're kind of close here. Let's just make sure we're not colliding with the planet. Where is this node placed? Okay. Probably get away with some radial burn. But that doesn't help it at all. Oh, we have to... Gotcha. Oh! I saw something. Over there. Yonder. Yep. It's just... so... finicky. That's what I was trying to go for. Just keep playing with the orientation here until we get something. Oh, there we go. So that's a measurement we might be able to play around with here. And let's see here. I also may have missed the transfer window. That's always a possibility. So, I mean, we can get it to go inside the orbit. But where are you gonna be when we enter it? It doesn't tell us. Oh, I saw something. Okay. I see a little bit here. Let's try this again. So we kind of need to cross. I'm trying to meet it here. See if I add the maneuver here. And we make a burn strong enough to escape. Some kind of escape velocity, okay. Now, the problem with this escape velocity is it kind of places us in an orbit. Oh. That doesn't quite reach. Oh! That one's pretty close, actually. Alright, so this is what I want. See how we're kind of off a little bit? I guess what we'll have to do is when we escape Kerbin's sphere of influence, we can make another maneuver here. So let's play around with this, see what we can get. Oh, here we go. It's a lot closer. I'm just trying to make a burn that's not so expensive, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this looks pretty close. What are a few of our issues? What's breaking? We got a bit of an axis issue. So that's number one. If I add prograde. Okay, so that's the encounter. I'm hoping there will be enough fuel for something like this. So we'll kind of swing around, then change direction here, and then get closer. It's not exactly ideal, and it is a bit of an expensive burn. I think we'll be okay though. I think. So we'll see how this goes. Let's zoom up. Node in 13 minutes. It's pretty far away. We're not gonna hit Kerbin or anything, are we? Alright. Or the Mun. Alright, so let's skip ahead. Okay. Alright, so we're to the maneuver now. So we'll start getting ready with our burn. Burn in 3 seconds, so we'll just... Oh, shoot. That was stupid. I forgot to switch over to the maneuver node. Well, I hope that didn't mess us up too much. We'll figure it out here in a second. Oof. I think we'll still be okay. We did lose a little bit of our fuel. Not a lot. I think I messed with the axis just a bit too. It looks like so. I'm not sure what got messed up. But hopefully it gets drowned out with this maneuver. Alright, so that looks good. We'll dump this stage. And we shall move on to the next stage. That stage is going to end up becoming space junk, unfortunately. Alright, oof. Kind of overshot it. We're definitely not where I wanted to be here. Alright. This should be okay. I'm gonna mess with this just a little bit, see if I can get that encounter again, which looks like we're good here. That looks like it gives us the best encounter. get a little closer here. Oh, shoot. That is an expensive burn. And it says here that we're going to run out of fuel before we can pull this off. Oh, no. So how are we going to do this? Eva's going to be around here when we start maneuvering. Any of these spots seem to be like better areas to fight retrograde. Yeah, we should have waited for a better transfer window. So we're kind of messing ourselves up a little bit. Ah, shoot, come on. Let me grab that. Okay, nothing there. Is there anything I can do to make this work a little bit better? I'm just trying to make it as cheap as possible. Ah, we're using the other stage now. And we're not quite there yet. Okay, that looks close. We're just got an axis problem. Ah, and we lost it. Okay. Just a little bit of adjusting, just a little bit. We're almost there. We're just a little bit off. Trying to figure out if it's like a... It looks like an axis thing. If I go up, if I go down, it doesn't... Oh, there we go. We got a little bit of a transfer window. We are entering into the third stage, so I don't know if there's a cheaper way to make it work. So it would take this stage and this stage, and it looks like it would also be using up some of the final stage here. So that's not gonna work. Just have to keep working the problem. So obviously it's not gonna work. We have to get here somehow. So add maneuver. If I just do pure radial burn, what do I get? Ah, radial burn's expensive, man. What the heck? Let's see how much I can get away with. If I can keep the other stage without using it, that would help. Because you see that? It's just right there. If I radial burn, it reaches it. With a little bit of like some adjustments, but ah man, it's just so expensive. I thought this was the best transfer window, but I guess I was wrong. Oh, here we go. I saw something. No, that won't work. Eve would be ahead of us at that point. What if I keep retrograding? See what do we get? No. We tried doing some cheaper small burns. I wonder how that would work. It's like if we did this, did a radio burn early on. And I saw it try. Hold on. Hey, hey. So it says the closest approach here, but that won't work either. What if I did? Yeah, I kind of messed it up with that stupid little mistake I made. So if I slow it down. Early enough. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's use a little less of our fuel here. What do we got? Hey! Here we go. Perfect. That is a much cheaper burn. Thing is, would we actually meet up? Is that going to be enough? That's a lot. How much can I give back to myself here? Okay, looks like that's a much closer a much closer approach. So let's keep playing with it. Oh. Alright. So the magic is somewhere in here. It gets super close and starts changing the actual orbit. Just a little bit. So I'm hoping that might be our best bet. So, as far as this down here, I'm not sure what that's all about. Hold on. Stand by. Really? What's this? Get out of here. There we go, fixed it. Alright. Little Kerbal glitch. So let's go to our maneuver node. So we got a burn of 20 seconds. Hoo-hoo, man. Well, I hope we can pull it off. But that was the cheapest burn I could muster up, so... I'm hoping we don't have to use the crane to slow ourselves down. And I'm also thinking... Target at closest approach. I'm not sure what that means. When I see the encounter here, I wonder if that's just like a second pass. We'll find out. We'll find out. So let's warp ahead. Ooh, cross your fingers, cross your fingers. But the Rovers seem to be doing alright. Batteries are charged. That's always good. There are exposed solar panels, so that helps. Alright, so we're getting closer. Before I get to the maneuver node, I just wanted to extend these before I forget. Because I will forget. So let's extend the antenna here. Okay. Sign in. I have this little issue with this monitor where it keeps... I use a tablet. And it always just stops. I don't know why it does that. It always does it. Alright. But, don't worry. I'm working on getting a better, less ghetto setup, so... We'll get there. And that will be a lot more, that'll be way helpful. Oh, look, we're talking to Duna. Nice. have this off and on blink. I wonder what that's about. Oh, I know what that is. It's because the satellite is on a polar orbit, and so it's going behind the planet, and that's what that flashing is about. Alright, let's warp here. Get closer. Okay. Nodes in 5 hours. "20-second burn." Let's hope we can do this. And when I do make the final adjustments, we need to make it on kind of like a collision course with Eve. We can't make it there's no time for there's no time for like a lot of adjustments. Like we have to go straight for it or we're in trouble. I did add a really big heat shield. That was kind of the plan. I just thought I would have just a little bit more fuel than this when I did this. So we got our transfer. 20-second burn, baby. 20-second burn. So let's warp ahead a little bit. Slow it down. Okay, we got 30 seconds. 30 seconds, 28 seconds. Let's speed it up just a bit. Did not slow it back down to the last 10 seconds. There we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Start burning. 2, 1. Alright. There we go. We're burning the last little bit of this stage. And there it goes. Dump that stage behind. Then we'll burn the rest of the way here. How much fuel do we got? Okay. How are we doing? How close did we get to resembling what we were going for? It's not too bad. Do we still get our encounter? Yes, we did. Not quite as magnificent as I was hoping. Or like as close to the planet. So we might have to do another adjustment. But this is where it gets tricky. We used half the tank. And we still have a little bit more to go. These little guys are just for slowing us down. They're not meant to, not meant for anything else. And by slowing us down, I mean like this should only be going off inside of these atmospheres, so we'll find out. We'll see. Because all we got is one parachute. And it's right here. Now the Rover has a few parachutes of its own. But I'm really counting on this sky crane here to do its job. So let's warp ahead. Warp here. Actually, let's go a little further ahead. See how this works out. Cross your fingers, everybody. We're kind of what do you call it? What's the word? What's the term I'm looking for? We're eyeballing it. We're eyeballing this. Okay. Let's warp ahead some more. Getting there. Getting there. Now, I think once we finish this next bit, let's stop here. I want to see if there are any maneuvers I can make that can kind of put us on a collision course with Eve. Let's see. Actually, let's cancel that one. Can we do maneuvers here? They're not so expensive, or we can actually smash into Eve a little bit. Will that be possible? No. What if I do some small burns? Retrograde burns. Because we have to collide with it. We won't be able to circularize. Like, what would it take? Oh, shoot. To collide with Eve here. That's more fuel than we have. We have to collide. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. How about this? I need to collide with it, man. It's like no matter what I do now, because we used up a lot of our fuel, but we have to hit it. Like we can't circularize. We have to actually crash into it. That's gonna be a lot of fuel. More fuel than we got. So let's see, add maneuver. But if I want to collide, add maneuver here. Why is it so small? So if we're at the periaps, they say that's the most efficient spot. If we retrograded, what would it take to fall into a collision course with Eve? Dang it. There's just not enough fuel on this thing. Because like I said, that was an expensive burn. I was waiting for a better transfer window. For some reason I was thinking that was it. See, prograde won't do it. And there's no way to really tell. I'm struggling to tell if there's an actual spot where we can aim straight for the planet. Add maneuver. Let's just warp. Let's just get into the sphere of influence. So that's all we need. It just has to hit the atmosphere. We don't need it to do much anything else. Okay. So now we're in the sphere of influence of Eve. I believe. Yes. We have to fall into it. Oh, there's Dress, or Gilly. I wonder... Oh, but Gilly's so tiny. I was gonna say, maybe we can do a gravity turn. So what would it take? This is just way more fuel than I have to fall into it. It would be a 1 minute and 2 second burn. Dang it. There's no maneuvers that I can think of that would bend our trajectory like that. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, we were pretty close. I just didn't have any way of knowing how to hit this spot. But yeah, it does need to collide. If I do a radial burn, we get kind of close. I want to see what I can do with as much as I can with the fuel that I do have. Let's see, let's add another maneuver here. It's cheaper, for sure. If I did it like that, we still fall short. Oh my gosh, this might work. Nuh-uh. It didn't even move. That's not possible. We would lose all of our fuel, wouldn't we? That's significantly slower. There's no way. There's no way. Because that's the radial burn. Now we can do it way sooner. We get more of a gravity turn here. That could possibly help. Let's see here. Why isn't it calculating what happens for all of this extra stuff? Yeah, there's no way. We would have to burn like crazy to do this extra bit. It's too much. I just don't think we have enough. I was thinking, like, what if I did this? And just kept doing these little bits. Like these little turns. It's just like, a little bit, boop, 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 you know? Little putts. It looks like it would work. But like I said, it's not showing me what the fuel expenditure would be. Because this first one uses a bunch. Try to get us to go that far. Now I'm sure these other ones are a lot cheaper, but this first initial one, it's a pricey. It's not a cheap one. So if I did the maneuver 5 minutes in from now, and I did this maneuver, come on. Okay, let's just get rid of it. And get rid of that one too. So, see, this burn won't be enough. And that's a lot of the fuel on the last stage that's supposed to be the crane. Honestly, guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off. We lost too much fuel on that little bit early on. And had to course correct. Yeah, because in order to change it that much, can we revert? Yeah, we can still revert the flight. Nice. So, we'll try it. But like I said, I don't think it's going to work. Reason being is that we will use all of our fuel making this kind of a maneuver, so. But, you know, never hurts to try. So let's warp ahead. Come up to our maneuver nodes. And we'll start burning here. So now, unfortunately, this is where it gets tricky. We'll lose our last stage here. We'll dump it. And say so long to that. Now, as far as the fuel that we got here, this is the staging's all off now because we have to burn our engines a little bit. Oof, and we gotta be careful. We're cooking our 20 seconds? We're cooking the headlamps. Shoot. Well, there you have it, guys. We won't be able to pull this off. Without blowing stuff up. Something cooked. What was it? I don't even know. Illuminator MK2 exploded due to overheating. Yeah. So we lost the backlights. And how are we doing on the fuel? I mean, like we can just keep doing this radial burn. As our rover rips itself apart, what the heck? It just exploded now. Rechargeable battery. That does seem important. Yeah. Well, there's that. That's about as close as we're gonna get. Unfortunately, we missed the planet. We come very close, though. It's just that we don't come to a collision course. Had we had just a little bit more fuel, we could have done it. But, alas, we cannot. Let's revert the flight. Obviously, we're going to have to make some changes to our rocket. Probably wait for a better transfer window as well. Let's see here. I'm wondering, we can probably add, because look at this. Oh no, but this is the heat shield. I was gonna say, maybe we can add some more fuel at this point. But I don't think that's gonna work. This little guy right here. You are expensive. Why did I put such a power-hungry engine for this last stage here? Because what is this? This is the skipper? Yeah. It says it's a mid-range booster, so it's like a middle stage. So what we need is like something that's much more fuel efficient for this final stage. So this final stage, this thing will burn for a while. Let's see here. We'll probably add also just a little bit more fuel into the boosters. That's always a thought. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna stick with that guy there. It looks like the staging's where it should be, so that's good. Now for this guy here. So there's the first stage, which is really good first stage, to be honest. It's a great first stage. We probably are gonna need this middle stage here. It took this middle stage to help us circularize. So I'm trying to decide. Should I add another stage right here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Something to kind of mimic what we got here. In fact, we can probably just copy it, take off this engine for this guy, and put a more fuel efficient one in here. Place that there. Now this will have to be auto-strutted, the root part, and this one as well. But I think everything else, yep, everything else has it. So we'll have a mid-stage just a little bit more efficient for like that punch that we need, and then like a mid-stage that's more fuel efficient, and hopefully that will get us over to Duna. Excuse me, Eve. And if I really wanted to, we can add just a little bit more fuel in those boosters. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy. Let's see here. Something like that. Something like this, yeah. And then we're definitely going to need a nose cone. Probably none of these will ever work. So it'll probably have to be something in aerodynamics. Something like this. Okay. That looks good. It's just a little bit of fuel. It's not like a lot. It's just something extra. In fact, it'll probably burn through that real quick. So, I think what I'll do is, let's pull this nose cone off. And we'll just add another fuel tank similar to this one in shape and size. Nope. I can never tell. It's always hard for me to tell. So it looks like it's that one. We can grab this. Just add just that little extra bit. That looks dope. What the heck? That looks cool. I like how it looks. What? Get out of here. What? That's cool. I'm gonna keep those ones white. There we go. Let's throw that on there. I like the colors. That's just what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Black and white. Looks more like metal plates. Oh, but it looks cool up close. I like that. Alright. So, bigger boosters. And then another middle stage. Let's see here. Is there anything that we can do to help add to the amount of like oomph to get this over to Duna? Or I keep saying Duna. I mean Eve. We're sending this to Eve. Why do I keep saying that? Okay. Now, was there anything else that needed to be changed? Oh, there was the nicknaming. I mean, not the nickname, but it was the name. It's not a it's not a probe, it's a rover. And there was a bit of a heating issue here, wasn't there? These guys were cooking the rover a little bit, which was just a little bit unfortunate. So I'm trying to think here, what could I do to mitigate this problem? I mean, we could simply just make this a lot longer. It's gonna make a bigger payload though. As far as like the fairing is concerned. Because I can add another one of these. So like if I took this off, and I just went into structures, and added this piece on, root part. Actually, it'll probably have to be grandparent part, to be honest. If we're gonna be honest with ourselves, it's grandparent part. Okay. And this one should be grandparent part as well. Now the strut, sure, they can grab onto that. As long as it's hooking onto something, I don't really care. Alright, so it's a little bit further away. Hopefully that mitigates the headlights getting cooked by the by that final stage. See, build fairing. Let's bring this up. Oh, clipping. A little bit of clipping. Okay. This is what drives me crazy, is this construction bay or whatever, this hangar. Sometimes it's tough to like reach the top when you're working on a fairing, so I think we're good. Let's save this. We'll try it out. Got a lot of reaction wheels on this thing now. But let's go, let's do this. I'm excited. Okay. So let's fire it up. Looks like we still took off just fine. I mean, if we get really desperate for more Delta V, we can always add on more boosters to the ship here. Alright. Now this first stage probably won't get us as high as it did last time, just because we added a lot of extra weight. Oh, we gotta be careful here. Almost tipped the rocket. Woo! I think we're doing good now. Okay. How are we doing? Getting up there? Yeah, that looks good. Let's raise the apple apps a little bit higher. Like right there. Alright. Good job, first stage. It still got us up pretty high. And we'll even be able to use a little bit of it for our circularization. Not all of it, just some of it. I mean, it did its job. It got us off the planet. And now we just rely on our other stages to get us off, get us out of the circularization. So this is the first stage. That's why this looks. I was just looking at this. I was like, why is that so small? It's the first stage. That's the core. It goes a little bit longer than the boosters, and then it's out. So I also have to be careful just a little bit, because the last time I separated the boosters, I noticed that it did create a little bit of a shimmy on the rocket. Didn't hurt it or anything, but just something to be aware of. Let's dump that fairing because it's heavy, and we'll save a little bit more fuel when we do. Bam, there we go. It was like a pixel difference I noticed, but that was it. It's better than nothing, so let's fire. Oh wait, don't fire up just yet. We gotta reach our maneuver node. A little tip if you keep your maneuver node here in warp, it doesn't change, but everything else does. So the rocket will always stay pointed toward your maneuver node. But if you have it pointed to, say, prograde, the prograde's going to change as it's warping, and your rocket will not follow it. So, just a fun little tricks of the trade. Alright, so we'll start burning. Dump that stage there. Ooh. That's what I was talking about. It's a little scary there, but we're good. Alrighty. Now we just burn the rest of the way and we circularize. Should be okay. And then we let this guy do its thing. It is quite a long burn, isn't it? At least it says that we can circularize with this bit, so that's good. As long as we don't make any mistakes, this should definitely get us to Duna then. So, this little stage will be the one to get us on that escape burn, and then the rest of these should help us maneuver into Duna. So, oh my gosh, Eve. It's not Duna, it's Eve, Randy. Eve. You gotta get it in your head. Okay, I guess it doesn't need to be perfect. That's good enough. We just need it to circularize. And alright. It's a little wobbly, and I kind of don't care. We're just gonna roll with it. Now Eve is coming up, and we need to launch it here. Something like this. Well, I was hoping to meet it up around this area, but I guess I should have waited while Eve was further back here. That probably would have been a better transfer window. So I think now we're just kind of at the tail end of it, or probably even past it. So let's add that maneuver. Ah, dang it. Back up. There we go. And we will prograde burn, just to get the escape burn that I need. Now, let's set this as target. There are no good ways, if I recall, to get closer to Eve. Except for, like, right here. You could try this. We would end up using all of the stage, which was just for circularization, so that's great. And then we'll be using part of the stage that I was intending for the escape burn. And it looks like we'll be able to keep some of that stage as well. So I think that'll be a good one to keep. So let's do that. Because at least we get close to Eve. However, it does look like we fall behind it, doesn't it? Eve kind of gets ahead of us. So we would probably need to consider making some burns here to get closer to it. Like, I don't know what it would take, to be honest. Jeez. Because Eve gets ahead. Yeah, we definitely should have waited for Eve to be, like, right there. There's nothing we can do about it now. I mean, yeah, we could just warp ahead till the next better transfer window. What we got here? So Eve's still ahead of us at this part. Oh, here we go. Got some better... Eve's still way ahead. We need to get below its orbit. And then also at the same time cross the orbit. Something like that. So this should be a pretty relatively cheap burn. And again, my monitor turned off. Come on, monitor. Okay. Now if I zoom up, what's the holdup on this part? So it looks like it's an axis issue. Is there a way to fix that? Okay. It's pretty dang close. What's holding this thing up? Okay. So is it a radial burn? Oh, maybe it is. Or is it a retrograde burn? We'll play with the radial real quick. If I don't get that encounter, then it's probably retrograde or prograde related. Oh my gosh, we're so close. What is it? What could it be? It's like right there. But that's also a telltale sign that there's something off. Oh, here we go. Got it. So I don't know how much of a burn that is. Does look expensive. to kind of swing back in there. I'm thinking I'm sure there's a cheaper one. We'll figure it out. So let's get to our maneuver node. Oops. Zoom up. So let's maneuver. Let's get out of here. Escape burn. There we go. Get those. Get the nav ball lined up there. Okay, and we'll burn now. This time, no mistakes. We are burning in the correct direction, using the exact amount of fuel that we should be using. Okay. Alright. Let's dump that stage. Then we burn again. Oh no! What was that all about? Ah. This rocket. Yep. That was the problem. When this breaks off, this engine should go off. And then this should absolutely be on its own between these two. Yep. Well, shoot. Let's save. Honestly, let's just warp ahead. Let's get a better transfer window. We'll go to the tracking station. We'll wait to the next one. So, because Eve is just right on our tail. We should have waited till Eve was like about right here, relative to Kerbin. So, let's do that. Sure, we gotta zoom ahead in the future, and it's gonna be sad and blah blah blah. But it will work. Because Eve's just moving too fast. And we're playing like this game of catch up, and that's kind of sucks. Well, I'd rather just meet up with it. Oh, but you know what? That would have been a good do-no window. We probably should have thought about that. Shoot. Let's see. Oh, we got B class. We can probably look up some of these asteroids too. This asteroid's kind of following along. Look at that. Oh! Oh, that thing came close. I did want to do an asteroid mission to make it like an asteroid space station. In that spot where it like came right into Kerbin, that would have been perfect. If we had met up with that asteroid there, like this guy here, he's falling in, and then it's gonna get shot out. All right, let's keep an eye on Eve. It's gonna get close, getting close now. All right, and I want Eve to be like right about here. I think that'd be the best transfer window for us. Alright, here we go. Just a little bit more, and I think that'd be good. That'll be much easier. And right there looks good. Let's do that. So it takes about a year. So we got a transfer window once a year with Eve. That's something to remember. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's send this out. Alright. Launch. Now, I probably could have let Eve get a little bit closer. But I don't care. We're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna roll with it. I think it's gonna be way easier than last time, so. Fire. Why is it still night? Really? It's like the middle of the night. Okay. Then we'll just scooch over here. The little gravity turn, as you do. Then we just let it stabilize. There we go. It's a little shimmy with it. You just gotta be careful with that. It could throw us off our axis a little. It's not too bad though. I mean, this rocket flies pretty well. Does have a tipping over problem. If you tilt it too much, it will flip. But once it stabilizes its trajectory, it does just fine. All right, let's stop right there. Our axis did get messed up a little. That's fine. So we'll do this here. Oh, it always retracts the maneuver controls. It kind of drives me a little crazy. Alright, so we'll do that. Probably add a little bit of radial to this direction because we're going to be falling toward Kerbin. It'll make it for a better circularization. So if you account for that, you'll have a good circle. So the boosters are almost out. They're almost not even worth keeping on. Got some batteries getting drained there, it's fine. You got plenty of battery power. Alright. Let's dump that fairing. It always gives us just a little bit more fuel efficiency. It's not much, but it's something. So, okay, let's warp here. Get ready to do our burn. Okay, 14 seconds till our burn. We'll start burning. Let's do the 7 seconds in. Or we can dump the boosters. There we go. And start circularizing. So I think we're doing alright. Not quite as fuel efficient as the last one because we had to fix our axis a little bit. But I'm okay with this. And while we're doing that, let's extend this antenna so we can always have a way of communication. This will also help talk to our little rover here. Or a sky crane at least. And the rover does have a bigger antenna. It's just kind of inside the rover right now. Okay. That looks like a good circularization. Perfect. Start doing that maneuver. All the maneuvers we've been doing have been starting right here. Okay, this is our target. And there we go. Look at that. So now we're actually way ahead of it, which is great, because that's what I wanted. So now, since we're way ahead, how's our burn here look? Okay. Yeah, so we'll escape trajectory there, right? And then, somewhere along here, we want to either... either increase... shoot. Because now, since it's over here, I'm trying to think... Eve will be here when the rover gets there. Oh! Gosh, I need to stop yawning. I gotta start drinking some caffeine. Been working really hard lately. Comic book is coming along, by the way, you guys. I mean, there's a burn here where it's not too expensive. Then again, I'm not sure about that actually, because I did add some radial to that. Oh, here we go. That looks like a good spot, and I didn't add a lot of retrograde to that burn. Alright, so that looks like the closest approach. So what's holding it up here? It's an axis issue. Oh, dude. Sometimes these little maneuvers are a bit finicky. Okay. Got that. A little closer now. Okay, stop! There we go. Got it. Oh, it looks like we get close too, so that we gotta get pretty precise in order to pull these off. So let's start working to our maneuver node here. This is 3 minutes away. That looks like that's really good. Because really all we're doing is just a tiny little retrograde burn right there. And then we'll swing back inside and catch up to it, so. Unfortunately, it's going to be like a 2-year mission. Okay. Ooh, that's a good shot. Can we just appreciate this for a second? Look at that. That's dope. Alright. 2 minutes till our next maneuver. Oh, I keep doing that. Okay. They are just hitting the sunrise. They're about to see the sun. Oh, they can totally see the sun now. Okay. We'll warp ahead here. And we'll get ready to do our burn. Oh yeah, see there's a little bit of an axis here. Kind of going up. Alright. Start burning. Then we'll get ready to say goodbye to this second stage. Goodbye, second stage. Hello, third stage. This guy is not fuel efficient at all, but it's a middle stage rocket, so. Okay. Perfect. Alright, and that stage did exactly what it needed it to do. So we can dump that. Alright, so all these stages after that should be more fuel efficient. If they're not fuel efficient, we're in trouble. Alright. So what we're gonna need to do, swing around here. There we go. I kind of want to grab one of these asteroids that keeps swinging around really close to Kerbin. Look at these guys. I want one of the ones that's gonna like enter Kerbin and do like a gravity turn. I want to grab one of those. And then we're gonna make a sweet gas station, space station. And then I would like to send that gas station, space station, to Duna. We'll get it there. That would be, it's gonna take a lot of work. I'm not even sure how to do that. Alright, so let's warp some more. Get closer to that. Very nice. A little bit more, a little closer. What is this? Oh, that's her debris. Gotcha. I was like, what is that? It's probably dead, because I didn't extend the solar panels. But I'm okay with that. I honestly don't care about that thing. So it says the node's in 40 minutes. Let's extend the solar panel. Because these guys can act as relays. So I'm going to extend both of them. So when we drop them off, they'll also act as a satellite. get ever closer. And we'll start working on our next, let's see, 48-second burn. It shouldn't be too bad. Thankfully, we've got more fuel-efficient booster engines this time around. No more stupid stuff. For some reason, I thought I can get away with those middle stage engines on the upper stages, and I don't know why I did that. That was definitely stupid. Alright, here we go. So, 38 seconds. Let's speed that up just a bit. To the last 10 seconds there. Bam. Nailed it. 5 seconds, and then we'll start a burn. Start the burn. Start the burn. There we go. I was like, I get nervous at hitting the space button sometimes. Because if your staging is off and you're not ready, it's gonna do something dumb. Like, drop a piece of your spaceship that you weren't ready to drop. So, alright, here we go. Doing good on fuel. I think we'll actually get to Eve this time. I mean, obviously, like, we just missed it by just, like this. We just need to hit a collision course. You don't even need to circularize around Eve. We just need a collision course with Eve to get our rover on there. Okay. Just a little bit more. There we go. Trying to make, like, as precise of a burn as possible. That's perfect. Alright. So now we're on our way. Oh, looks like we need to do a little bit of an adjustment here. That's okay. Prograde will do it. Now, let's see here. Oh, too much. Try to find the best one. Stop. You finicky maneuver node. Okay. It's a 1 second burn. Can we bring that a little closer so it's not like a... Okay, there we go. 2 hour maneuver node, that's fine. 1 second burn. Let's see here. If I do it a little bit more prograde, nope, that's less. A little more retrograde. Whichever one gives me the most runway is the one I want. There you go. Okay. So we'll maneuver node ahead. Or warp ahead. 2 hours and 24 minutes. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good to me. We just need to get this last little adjustment down. We just need that encounter, which looks like it just requires a 1 second burn, so... And once we have it, we'll be gravy. Okay, so let's get ready here. Let's warp ahead. Knock that down to like the last 10 seconds. Okay, and then we'll just do a very, very careful slow burn. Very slow, very careful. Till we get that. Oh, look, there it is. And stop. Right there. Got it. We're heading to Eve, boys. Alright. Then we'll warp ahead. Let's get to this thing. As soon as we drop this off, I want an asteroid. I really do. I want an asteroid space station. So it's like a gas station in low orbit. One for Kerbin, one for Duna. I'm not gonna worry about space stations around Eve right now. It's difficult to make colonies for everything, so I really just want to focus on making colonies for Duna and Lathe. And kind of Jewel. I kind of want a space station around Jewel, so. But that's gonna be our focus point. So the Jewel system and Duna. Now with Duna, there's two ways to go about it that I was thinking for like this mining operation. We could either build a gas station in low Duna orbit, which would be awesome with the asteroid. How I'm gonna pull that off, because I've never been able to push an asteroid into another planet's orbit and get that asteroid to stop. Never done that before. But I have done it for Kerbin, and it was awesome. And I want to do it again. So let's see here. Anyway, the other option with Duna is to just not worry about the asteroid altogether, and instead just use the moon Drez as the mining operation. So we put the gas station around Drez, but if we do that, this is the next issue, is you have to have some kind of a spaceship that can go up and down, back and forth from Drez to the gas station and fill the gas station, jump back down, come back up. You know what I'm saying? And that's a pain in the butt in itself. Whereas the asteroid, if you get it around Duna, you can just mine from that asteroid forever, and just keep filling your tanks, and you'll have infinite fuel to keep sending people down to Duna and bringing them back up to your space station. So, all right. So now here we are in the gravity of Eve's influence. We want to start retrograding. Whoops. In the correct direction. So that's an expensive burn. This is what I was saying, is that we need to actually collide with Eve. We can't circularize. We have to hit it. So, this is the tricky part. This is the tricky part. Now, how many stages do I got? I have 2 stages plus the crane, which we don't want to use until we get into Eve, actually, because that's kind of what's going to slow us down. Also, the heat shield will slow us down. There is also the thought of counting solely on the heat shield to slow us down. That's gonna be scary, because I don't know how much we can actually slow down. But okay, let's extend this solar panel as well. So we gotta figure this out. Just to get this kind of a circularization is expensive. So what if, or kind of get that kind of a drop or fall, if we do this, we get to keep our, we keep one of the stage, we use up one stage to slow down. But let's see, if we go here, less efficient, come here, less efficient, so it's got to be at the periapse. So if I can line those periapses up just a bit, there we go. It's still, hey, be careful not to land your rover in an ocean. It happens to me every time. Oh, good point, man. So this is my issue. is I'm still just trying to circularize and save fuel. So we definitely have enough to circularize. The problem is trying to get it to get closer. And Futsu96, by the way, how's it going? It's good to see you in the chat. Hope you're having a great night. Yeah, like I was thinking, we can circularize, but I need to fall into the planet. And I need to I need to skim the atmosphere. But the more I do this, like, I'm seeing a problem. Like, we don't actually reach Eve. So we use all of our fuel economy or fuel storage, and we still don't hit it. See that? I mean, it's not everything, but it's a lot. Yeah, that might be too much. Another thought I had, we could try to bend it and just kind of do like these little, like put burns. I'll show you what I mean. So like if I did like a radial burn, not too expensive, right? Oh, it's 19 seconds. I take that back. That's expensive. So if I do it early, small radial burn, 4 seconds. That's not expensive. In fact, I think let's go by seconds. If we did like a 10-second burn, radial, something like that, and then try to do the. See, actually, I'm from Europe, so it's morning for me. Anyway, I'm fine. Oh, well, good morning to you, Foots. Foots96. Hope you're having a fantastic morning. So, yeah, so I'm thinking. Let's try this. If I did the retrograde later. It doesn't tell me. That's annoying. So I don't even know how much of a burn that would take. I was hoping that would give me enough. We'll try it. I'm just trying to get myself a little closer. And so 10 seconds radial, we'll see how that works. Okay. And stop. There we go. Okay, have you seen the KSP2 trailer? I am so hyped for it. Oh my gosh. Have I seen that trailer? Let me tell you something. I've seen that trailer at least a dozen times now. I love it so much. It's insane. Like, I'm a little obsessed just thinking about it. But I mean, you gotta wait a whole year, so it is what it is. So I'm gonna keep playing KSP because I love this game. Yeah, I don't know what else to say to that. Alright, so here's a problem. We still have an issue. Radial burn was more expensive. For sure. If I dump the crane, what would that do for us? I mean, like, if we dump a full stage, how would that work for our fuel efficiency? Will we actually be able to pull this off? Oh, you know what? We might be able to pull it off. The problem is now, we just gotta pray that we can land on something good. I hope we land on the continent. That looks like a good spot. So, alright. We don't get a crane for our descent, unfortunately. That sucks. Because I wanted to test out this crane. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, and honestly, it was probably the crane that was holding us back. We could have just added some boosters to the rover itself. But, I chose not to. Alright, so let's warp. And let's just pray that, this works. Hopefully, I just thought about this. I hope I don't hit that little bit that I just dumped. We should be okay. But there's always that worry that you're gonna crash into your space junk. But as soon as we get out of the way, we'll be okay. We'll be fine. Okay. Here we go. Node in 15 seconds. I think we're far enough away. I think we're going to be alright. 7 seconds. We'll start our burn now. Spend the rest of this. So, Futz, 96. What are your thoughts on the KSP2? What do you think? I saw a couple of videos of some people's reactions. I saw Scott Manley's reaction to the oh, come on. Let's get that going. There we go. I saw Scott Manley's reaction to the KSP2 trailer, and he's cautiously optimistic. So he really wants them to do a good job, and I don't blame him. And I think they're gonna do good. I just saw a post from the developers on Instagram that they said that it definitely sounds like they heard everybody's like what they want in the games. Like they just want this KSP basically with all the bugs fixed, more streamlined. I think they heard what everybody's reactions were. So I think they're gonna do a good job. So, and there's gonna be no microtransactions, which is also a plus. Always a plus. Alright. Here we go. This is it. After this, like, there's a little bit of fuel in here to help slow us down. Oh no, but we are going to be moving really fast. Look at how slow we're here. We are literally at the top of a roller coaster about to come down. That's what this is. And at the bottom is death. Alright, F5. Because cautiously optimistic is not how I would describe this right now. Woo! There it goes. All our space junk just flew out into the abyss. I'm also optimistic. If they fix the bugs of the current game and they won't add new ones, then I think the game will be really good. I agree. That's kind of my thoughts are. So it's just as long as they make like a really cool game and not do anything slimy like some other developers have done, then I think we'll be good. In fact, I should take some of that back. It's not the developers. It's really their boss that makes some of their business practices stupid and not that fun. So, but anyway, it is what it is. Alright, so I'm gonna do a little bit of retrograde burn just to guarantee that we're gonna actually enter into E. That looks good. I think we're gonna be okay. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. We're almost out of fuel though. So let's come down here. About to the line of our satellite dish. Or our orbiting satellite. Woo, look how close we are to it. Hello, satellite. Alright, if we miss this atmosphere, we're boned. So we gotta start thinking about how we're gonna slow down here. So, the colonization stuff is my favorite new feature. I always missed it from the stock game. Right? I've been trying to colonize planets with just KSP for a long time. And, so I'm really hoping... Oh, here we go. That is what I wanted. Oh, it looks like we're gonna like, land on mass on land on mass. Land on land. There's definitely a better way to explain that. Land on mass. Getting real technical with my terms over here. And let's see here. If I do... I don't know how much fuel I got. Yep, that was it. That was all of it. So this little guy's gonna be toast. So we're gonna dump it. Sayonara. And we're gonna say hello to our little masterpiece here. Okay. is let's extend this antenna before we have any issues with getting a signal. I'm also noticing a problem. There's no... Oh, shoot. There's no, SAS on this ship. But it can... Oop. It can definitely, like, switch over to the retrograde. We'll just have to keep it there. So that might be the next problem here. So let's inflate our heat shield before it gets too close to the planet. But I'm not optimistic about our landing what our landing chances here. I think we're gonna die. Honestly, I think we're gonna lose the rover. So, I mean, without the SAS, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough doing this manually. So, we'll see. And without the crane as well. That was supposed to slow us down further. But I dumped the crane in order to make our ship lighter. And so we didn't even get to use it. Oh man. What kind of science nodes or science stuff we got in here? It's gonna be tough to see it. What can we use right now? We can log temperature. Nah. Looks like we already did it. Log gravity. Oh, we got a little bit of gravity science that we can send back. Let's do that. Bam. Heck yeah. Let's check our batteries. Batteries are looking good. There are quite a few RTGs on here, so the heat shield should keep it retrograde. Right? Right? I'm hoping. I'm hoping that the stabilization assist helps as well. But it's not going to be perfect. I'm going to turn the RCS on as to help further with our maneuvering down into the planet. So I'm trying to see what anything that we can do, any science I can get, because let's see if I can get it. I'm like leaning over like this, like as if that's going to help me get a better view. All right, let's see, log pressure data. We can send this back as well. Those wheels are losing. They're just going nuts. There we go. Wonder how long they've been doing that. Alright. Thank goodness for that satellite, or we would have lost control of our rover before I even got to Duna. Or, oh my gosh, I keep seeing Duna. Eve. I got Duna in the brain, guys. That's just how it's gonna be. So, if I say Duna, I mean Eve. So, alright. How's it looking? Let's warp ahead a little bit. I think we'll be okay. I think we're gonna land on some land. Not mass. I mean, yes, mass, but that's not what I meant to say the first time. Alright, so let's get ourselves over to a retrograde. Here we go. Oh, is that moving now? It looks like it's kind of moving a little bit. Oh, look at that purple halo. It's so beautiful. And I'm gonna hold off turning on the RCS until the last second. Here we go. We are moving fast. Like, I don't know if we're gonna be okay. Honestly. SAS disengaged. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. Heat shield, don't flip on us. I'm doing this manually. It's literally struggling right now. It's fighting me. Ah! I am using RCS to hold it right here. I am praying nothing bad happens. Ah! Woo! We did it. We did it. We should be okay from here on out. I'm going to keep the heat shield. Originally, the plan was to ditch it early on, but we need it. Oh my gosh. I'm going to turn the RCS off. We don't need to waste any more of it. You did it. That was kind of scary. It would have flipped. It would have flipped had I not tried to fly that manually. Alright, let's get some science as we're coming down here. Science. Where is it? Where did I put it? It's down here. So let's get a temperature reading. Send that stuff back. Heck yes. How's our battery doing? We got plenty of battery. We're good. Law of gravity. No? Oh, did we lose? Oh, we lost the antenna. Shoot. How are we gonna control this thing? We still have signal to it. What the heck? This is odd. So the antenna broke. Bye-bye antenna, right? I don't have a backup antenna anywhere. I should have made a backup, and I didn't think of that. Law of gravity. Gravity scan can't be done right now. No. What about this? Log temperature? Yeah? Unable to use... Dang it. Oh, we're gonna lose all of this science. Yeah, we needed that sky crane to slow us down. Because the sky crane had the extra antennas that weren't gonna be, like, damaged. That's why there's no backup antenna on this thing. Because I was like, oh yeah, the sky crane has all the stuff for the descent. But now we're depending on the heat shield to slow us down the rest of the way. How are we doing here? I mean, we're pretty much on a retrograde drop now at this point. Let's warp ahead a little bit more. Actually, it's not warp ahead. Let's bring this stage over. Let's deploy the drogue chutes. Because I'm gonna slowly work on getting rid of the heat shield. Because the heat shield's our next scariness. Oh no, what's going on here? These things are dangling. What? Yeah, this rover got beat up on the way in. This was supposed to fold out to let the wheels out. But now they're just dangling there. So I'm not sure how to deal with that glitch. Alright, let's see. We're going pretty slow, so I think I'm feeling pretty good about dumping the heat shield now. So let's... Oh shoot, it's all tangled up with the wheels too. Dang it. Can we fix this? Can we fix the angle? It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Oh no. It was a pretty rover when we sent it. Alright, let's dump this heat shield before it kills us. Oh! No! There it goes. Well, that's it. Ah, darn it. There's a piece of our rover right here. Piece of our rover over there. There. Yep. Death. Lots of death. That's unfortunate. So, a couple of things. Yeah, there it goes. Revert flight. Vehicle assembly. So, that heat shield, man. We were supposed to slow down way, way more to the point where the heat shield wasn't an issue. Because the plan was to keep this thing. Because this guy was supposed to slow us down. And then the heat shield was just going to protect us. Like, this guy had all of the stuff to keep us safe. But we weren't able to do it. So, judging by that, we gotta make some changes to our rover. So, change number one, we need a backup antenna. And I'm not sure where to stick it. Probably somewhere in there. Something like that. So if the first one breaks, we can use that one. So that's issue number one we gotta address. And then issue number two. Jay Gamer! Hey, welcome back. Good to see you in the chat. Good morning. It's nighttime for me, but good morning to you. And morning. Yep. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Yeah, man. I think it's been a week. Haven't seen you since last week. We were just talking about the KSP2 trailer. And also we were landing a rover on Eve. And then the rover exploded. And because of the heat shield collided straight into it, like, right off the bat. So, we gotta find a way to make our ship more fuel efficient. And, I'm trying to find out another way where I can, like, just sneak in one more stage to this rocket. Because we're just a little short when we arrive to Eve on our Delta V. And I'm trying to figure out what we can do to expand the lifespan of this thing. So let's see. What I'm thinking, let's see here. We can raise this up a little higher. We can add more to the boosters. The answer is more boosters. Dang straight. In fact, let's not make the boosters bigger. Let's just add more boosters. What a fantastic plan. Something like that. That will give us way more. Now our ship is like 10 times more deadly on that first stage. Alright. I think that should be good. We do get like a weird shimmy when these things like detach, so I'm trying to figure out what's up with that. I don't know what else to do to fix it, except add more struts. Oh, there we go. That might be it, actually. Root part. That was probably the reason it was shimmying. More boosters. More boosters, yes. Gotta add all the boosters. So, because we need this. We need the whole payload. That was the whole point of this guy, was to slow us down. And also the crane was to slow it down, so we slow down enough to where we can like just shoot the heat shield. Like all of the stuff was supposed to be in that crane. And so because I wanted to do a sky crane maneuver. Like, yes, I could have added all sorts of parachutes on this guy and not add such a big heat shield, but like I said, that the original plan was to keep this thing on board. And so if we definitely need it. That was the idea. So I wanted the sky crane. It's a little heavy, but you know what? It's fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna add a little bit more antennas to this thing. Also, I did notice another problem with this is the parachutes. The parachutes did some damage to our rover and made the hinges unhinge. If that makes any sense. It was no bueno. It was bad. And it messed it up. It got entangled with our heat shield and ultimately exploded the ship. Let's see here. So maybe we should not have these on there. So I'm thinking if I can get it here, and then we can just move it. Yes, it'll be kind of clipped inside of this dude right here, but honestly, I think I'm okay with that. We just gotta remember that it's in there. And then we'll throw this back on. Just make sure it's on the other side. Yep. And then we'll just move this one in. Forward. Oh, oh, oh. No, don't do that. Ah. There we go. So it's just, I just needed to move here. And then we just need to copy it as well. Well, I'll move it further in, but I just need a copy of this guy. Specifically that one. Just because the reason I want to copy that one specifically is it always puts it in the correct stage. If you grab a new one from the left over here, it'll put it in some weird obscure spot in your staging. But if you grab the original one, it keeps it in the correct spot. Another hint, another little hints and tips and tricks that as I get tongue-tied and all that good stuff. All right, so let's see. Let's put it further inside the rover. Possibly even rotate it so it's not sticking out, looking horrendously ugly. There we go. That should be okay. Now where's our duplicate? Here it is. Need one more. And we'll place it right there. And again, we'll just have this one go inside the rover a little bit more. Stop. Don't grab the wrong thing. What are you doing? No. This guy. There you go. And then we'll rotate it. So I want to hide it as much as I can. Alright. So push it in there. Put that in there. And it's basically gone. Out of sight, out of mind. But it's still in the staging. It'll be fine. It will never be able to be repacked or used again, but you know, obviously we're not going to use them again. So I think we're good. So let's save what we got. Hopefully the boosters will give us that little extra bit to get us there. They should. I mean, that's a lot of that's a lot of power. It's a lot of power at the bottom of that first stage. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully the heat shield doesn't kill our rover this time. So, alright. That all looks good. Fantabulous. Alrighty, alrighty. You guys, sweet descent. Ascent, not descent. Gosh. I'm on point with my terms tonight, aren't I? Okay. Once we get about 300 meters a second, I'll start gravity turning a little bit. The gimbal is real on this rocket. Holy smokes. Don't tip over. There we go. Yeah, this rocket did have a bit of a tipping issue. If it goes over too much, it'll tip. I mean, obviously that's true with any rocket, but this one is just more sensitive to tipping over. So, okay, let's see. Let's take a look of our arch here. Keep an eye on our Apple apps. Alright, and then we can just stop. And we can use the first stage for our circularization, because we have a lot of extra fuel, which will save fuel. Alright, let's see here. Let's raise it, lower it just a little bit, and then we're going to put the, since it's a heavy rocket, we're going to do the radial burn this way. And that should give us a good circularization, because it's going to keep following in. It's not going to make a perfect circle following your original, like your initial maneuver. Reason being is obviously you're going to go right up to the Apple apps, and then immediately you're going to start falling toward the planet. So if you just put a little bit of a radial burn to the direction that you're going to start falling in, it'll mitigate that a little bit. It does use a little more fuel, just a little bit, but It makes it so you don't have to do corrections later. And this rocket's big enough as it is, so look at this. We're gonna save a lot of fuel just by adding those boosters. We'll be able to do half of the maneuver needed, like half the fuel, or delta V needed to circularize around the planet. So that's great. So we'll hardly be using the next stage to do the rest of the work, and that's a good thing. All right, so we're lined up. Let's do that. Our maneuver node comes in the next minute. Another tip, tips and tricks. I keep saying that wrong. So you can warp ahead and keep your maneuver node in one spot on your nav ball, and it won't affect it. It will change on any other position, like retrograde, anti-normal, radial. All those won't work. It only works with the maneuver node. So there we go. Alright, let's dump those boosters. Oh, I was worried about that. It didn't destroy it, but I got scared. We should have dumped that fairing tube before we did that. Okay. Let's dump the first stage. And we'll get the rest of this going. Alright. I'm happy with this. We should have a lot of extra fuel. More boosters was definitely the answer. Because obviously, like, we were just like a hair off to the falling into Eve in the right way. So okay, we're almost where we need to be. And stop. Perfect. So let's take a look here at our circular. See, this is what I was talking about. If you noticed how I did it before, the radial burn was a lot further out, almost to this guy's orbit. And it still shifted to the left because we were falling toward the planet pretty hard. And it's something you have to think about if you're shooting up like a really heavy ship and you don't make a really tall apoapse to deal with all that. You'll fall back to the planet pretty quick. So that's why we did that. But I wanted to keep it low because we'll be moving really fast on the lower orbit. So you see here 2200 meters a second, so we're moving quick. So that's what I wanted, is I wanted to keep the speed that we picked up on our ascent into low orbit. So there you go. That's what I wanted. Now we just gotta get the Eve and not blow up our rover. Alright, let's do this again. We can do this, no problem. Alright, so here we go. Escape velocities, we should set that as our target. And let's mess around with the orbits, or the positioning of our escape. So we can get, there it is. Okay. So we'll get close here. So as you can see here, Eve will be there as our rover gets here. So it obviously needs to slow down a little bit because it's going too fast. And it will slow down, but let's see here. And if I remember correctly, we were here when we did our maneuvers. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there we go. And it's almost there. It wants to encounter. It's just trying. What's stopping us here? It looks like we got, oops, I keep right clicking it. It looks like we got a bit of an axis issue. So it's the tilt. If we brought the tilt down, hey, and we just messed it up. There we go. And then question mark. Did you wait for transfer window? Not a very good transfer window. We're kind of brute forcing this. So. There we go. Oh, there it is. This is definitely a brute force launch. I mean, yes, you can do this for a lot cheaper. But, I didn't want to do that tonight. I did make it for a little bit better, but I didn't want to keep pushing the time into the future. So I just wanted to go. So. There, yeah. So there, yeah. Being a rebel. Being stubborn. But yeah, I should have waited a little bit longer. Maybe for Eve to get a little bit around to this area. Probably would have helped. I think that's the transfer window, if Eve is here, right? I can't remember. But, yeah, so. I can't do it in my head. Let's see. So we gotta wait. See, we got 3 minutes to the next maneuver. So let's warp ahead. And let's get to that. Warp here. Shoom. Alright, 6-second burn. Let's start a burn now. Oh man, we get to keep this whole middle stage for just a little bit longer. That's gonna be great. More boosters. Definitely the answer to everything. Just put the big rocket on there. Who cares? We got the money. Alright. I'm not sure how much fuel this guy's gonna have left. It's gonna be like on just fumes by the time this burn is done. There we go. It's got a little bit left. I'm not sure how much it will help for the next maneuver. Like literally nothing. Oh, no, it'll help a little bit. We'll keep it. Alright. Now from here, we can start playing around with some better maneuvers. They're a little bit cheaper, because I can see here this is kind of expensive still. So, let's actually delete this. Boop, gone. And, we're just going to play around with the maneuvers here. Still looks like this is the best one. Hey. Prograde. Now I gotta remember there was an axis problem the last time, so we gotta fix the axis to our thing here. Let's bring it lower. Okay. We're almost there. And then we'll just play with the retro prograde marker a little bit. It's getting there. It's almost there. What's separating? Oh, for a little ways off, actually. Let's try a few other things here. This is what happens when you brute force it, though. Yeah, we'll have to. If this doesn't work, we can just transfer window the next time. Did I knock off the target? I was wondering where my nodes went. I was like, okay. Let's see here. Let's just do retrograde burns. Those are always a little bit cheaper. 12-second burn. Getting there. Just don't want a too expensive burn. It's fixing that axis that's making it expensive. Let's see here. That dang axis. Why you gotta be so stubborn? Okay, that's pretty close. Yeah, it's just a little high. There it is. 20 seconds. We will lose the stage that was actually meant to escape burn from Kerbin, so we're doing really good actually. So I just want to see how precise we need to get this thing. The closer to Eve we can get it, the better. Let's see here. So it looks like closest approach is about right there. I want to get as close as I can. I mean, I think we'll be okay at this point. Way better than last time. Because we're barely even using the next stage. But I think we're gonna be good. We'll be able to slow down right here. We should be able to keep the crane, which is what I wanted. So, all right. So we'll switch over here. Maneuver nodes. Warp ahead. And then we're off. Off to Eve. Hopefully we don't smash our rover this time. Okay. I wish there was a faster way to warp. Because sometimes the fastest warp is just not fast enough. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Warp ahead. And moving ahead. 19-second burn, it's not bad. Okay, got 13 minutes. It's almost there. Let's just use the comma buttons and we'll just, there you go, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll slow all the way down to the last 10 seconds here. Okay. There we go. And we'll burn about right now, actually. Okay. Dump that stage. Go the rest of the way. Sayonara. Man, we did really good. That was way good. To keep this many stages this far in for a brute force mission? Heck yeah. Okay, we'll dump this guy too. And fire it up. Okay, there we go. And I say that's good enough. We'll take a look at our trajectory. Where are we at? Okay, we did lose the what's the word? The encounter. But that kind of happens. It's okay. Let's add maneuver. 8 minutes in. It's just something that happens because you can't get your maneuver nodes just right. But as you can see here, like it took almost no effort to fix it. Okay. I think that's a pretty good one. Yeah. Let's do that. So let's switch over to our maneuver node again. just needs a 0.4 second burn. And that maneuver is 8 minutes away. So let's, again, warp ahead using the comma buttons and period button. And we'll start slowing down the last few little bits. So 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. There we go. And I'll slow it down a little bit more. 20 seconds. There we go. And slow it down all the way at 10. Okay. And then we'll start slow burn. Like a really slow burn. And we're good. Oh, that was perfect. Perfect. Okay. That was textbook. Alright. We got a maneuver here. We can warp around. And then we're off. We'll meet up with Eve, and hopefully no issues this time. We're gonna quick save, because we have all the tools that we need to get our rover down safely now. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that the heat shield don't kill us this time. But it did really good. We were moving at almost 5,000 meters a second when we entered Eve's atmosphere, and Eve's got a thick atmosphere, so I'm glad it survived. Oh shoot, I forgot to add an SAS control module on this thing. I hope this one has it. It should have it, yeah. Because what happened last time is that this was too heavy, and we were just a little bit too off from going into Eve, just because we didn't have enough delta V. And so I dumped that. I dumped the crane to make ourselves lighter right here. So I just dumped it, and we didn't even get to use it, which was the whole point of this mission, was just to use this crane. And yeah, so it gave us the delta V that we needed, but then it gave us some new problems where we were using the heat shield to slow ourselves down instead of the crane, and we were using the drogue chutes damaged the rover, the arms here, because this rover unfolds itself once it lands. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, so, and also the antenna broke, but originally the antenna was never meant to be deployed on descent. It was supposed to be this guy the whole time to keep it safe. So yeah, just a lot of things went wrong, but this should be better. So let's warp ahead here. We're also going to F5. Okay. F5. Alrighty. And this is where we start working on our descent. We got 1, 2 stages that are almost completely full. Hopefully it gives us all the delta V that we need. Let's add maneuver, retrograde. We need to fall straight into Eve. Oh, this is beautiful. We got plenty. So that'll be the next stage, and then just a little bit of the stage after. That'll help us slow us down. Okay, this is good. This is good. Very good. Alright. I think that'll be good enough. Right there. We'll do that. So we set our maneuver. And we'll be off. Warp ahead. Warping ahead. Alright. A little bit more. A little more than that. And we're gonna start dropping. This is gonna be like the part of the roller coaster where you're just about to go over the top and fall straight down and get all that speed. That's what this is. We're going up the roller coaster, and then we're gonna drop at a bazillion miles an hour. I'm not even sure if you could even feel that kind of momentum in space. falling into the planet like this. Like, you'll probably feel the thrusters slowing you down, but after that, like, I don't think you'd feel it. The drop until you got really close to the planet. But then again, I don't know. I've never been an astronaut before, so. Alrighty here. Fuel efficient upper stages for the win. We're getting there. Getting there. We're gonna have like this little relay thing that's gonna get launched straight into space. Let's extend these solar panels too, so these little relays can always stay powered. One of them's probably gonna fall straight into Eve, and that's okay. But the other one is gonna gravity assist, and I don't know where it's gonna go, but it's gonna go somewhere. So it'd be cool if it ended up in another planet's system, but that's highly unlikely. Alright. Perfect. So we'll dump this. And just burn a little bit more. Goodbye, sayonara, little extra piece. And keep an eye on that. Perfect. Alright, so we got a lot of fuel still on this final stage, which we did not have beforehand. So boosters, again, that was the answer. So Futz, if you're still here, yes, you were correct. Just adding those extra boosters brought us the rest of the way, so heck yes. Heck yes, my friend. Alright, let's start dropping. And see where we end up. Oh, this guy's circularized. Okay. Very cool. So he's just gonna act like an extra relay. And I'm okay with that. We need as many signals as we can to the rover, so. And there we go, we're dropping. And let's go a little bit more. Not quite ready to F5 just yet. Alright. Let's take a look. What's the situation? Oh my gosh. That's a little bit too steep. But we will most definitely land on the landmass, but I don't want to hit it that steep. I'm not even sure if we would be able to stop. I just want to skim across the sky. Like that's definitely enough to stop. And I think we'll be okay. This is cool. We're not too far away from the lake as well. That big old lake here. Though obviously that's very far away. But still very cool. So this time it will work, right? So let's see, we're gonna F5 on this one. For shizzle. Flipping over. I'm feeling a lot better about this one. Because we get to keep the sky crane. And see how that works. I did make an adjustment. It was cooking the headlights of the rover. The first time that I used the sky crane. And I extended the amount of space that there is between the crane and the rover. So I'm hoping that those little jets don't cook the rover this time. It should be fine. Alright, let's see here. 8-second burn. Let's do this. I just don't want to hit Eve at a super steep angle, because at that point I'm not sure if anything could stop it, because we're still moving very quickly. So I don't want to go straight down at the ground, because then you'll probably hit the ground. But if you come streaking across the sky, like so, you'll be alright. You'll be like that Russian meteor that almost hit the the Russians a while ago. A few years ago, I would say. But yeah, that meteor, it would have hit the ground had the angle been more steep. I was watching this documentary with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and that's what he was saying, is that if had that asteroid been a steeper angle, it would have hit the ground, and that would have done some real damage. So, luckily that didn't happen. However, in this case, we're going to try to copy the meteorite. We want to go across and use the atmosphere to slow ourselves down. Of course, not blow up like the meteorite did, but slow down. And yeah, you know what I mean. We're literally just using the atmosphere as a brake. So that was always the plan for this thing. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna call this save game. Let's call this save Eve. And the reason I'm gonna do that is just I know which quick save it was. All right. And as far as this final stage goes, we can probably save it, to be honest. So we can probably just let it go. Where's the separation on this guy? Something's off with the staging. Yeah, something's off. We don't want those sharing space. That would have been bad. I'm glad I didn't hit space. I had a feeling not to. I was like, don't push space. Something's wrong. All right. So we'll just do this manual. But as soon as we do it, we can make. There will be no more maneuvers that we can do to slow ourselves down. So if anything, let's do a quick. Let's orient ourselves correctly first off. And let's just double check to make sure that we're going to be alright. We should be fine. We're going to dump it. So we're going to dump this satellite. We're going to actually keep it alive. So let's decouple. And on this little guy, let's go. Let's see, what do we need to do to save it? Add maneuver. Just something like this would be fine. Oh my gosh, what's it encountering? It's hitting. What are you encountering with? I don't understand. It just needs to not hit anything. There we go. Something like this. And let's just slowly kind of put away from our dude there. Switch to this guy. Inflate. I mean, our priority is not to save the extra satellite. Let's see, how far away are we on this? 3 minutes. Gotcha. Okay. So let's switch over to this guy real fast, and let's just do the burn. It doesn't matter where we're at. I literally don't care. I just don't want it to get killed. So let's take a look. Alrighty. I like that. It should be okay from here. And I say that's good enough. We'll worry about our little dude on a later date. Let's get back to our unset target. What am I doing? Switch to. There we go. There we go. Anyway, so we'll go back to that satellite and change its orbit at a later date. So here we go. Now we have some SAS controls, which we did not have last time. So this time it's gonna work out a little bit better. And let's save the game again. I'm gonna save it on the Eve. The Eve save. Just so, yes, overwrite. Because now we saved the satellite. And, I mean, it's a clunky looking satellite, but it works. And we're gonna save the crane too. So here we go. And then if we mess up, we have a lot of chances and a lot of ways to couple of options in front of us to how to save this thing, so we'll see what happens. Crane entry. Alrighty. Coming in a little closer, warping ahead. There we go, much closer. I love that purple halo. Never gets old. Alright. I'm scared. Now I know we're not gonna go across for a long time because this thing will slow us down quite a bit. It just needs to slow down just enough to dump the heat shield without any issues. Because we need to kind of be stationary, let the heat shield move away from us, so that's what the sky crane was for. Alright, let's turn some RCS on. Just to make sure that we are stable. Oh, don't you try that. Oh, we lost control. Oh no, don't flip! Don't flip, don't flip. It's fighting it. It's fighting it. I think we're gonna be okay, but it's fighting it. Don't flip. Don't flip. Don't flip. Whew. There we go. Alright, turn the RCS off. We don't need it anymore. Good grief. Heat shield. You are amazing. And this antenna is intact, which is fantabulous. This is good. This is good. It was kind of scary, but at the same time, it kind of performed a little bit better with the crane. So I think it was just the crane that the weight of the crane in the back made it shimmy a little bit, but it had enough power in its reaction wheels to keep it in place. So very nice, very cool. Now this is the part where we gotta start thinking about separating from the from this guy here. So let's F5. So if I separate now, something might burn up. I'm hoping these don't cook the wheels too much. Or anything else, really. In fact, what we could do is just kind of unfold the rover a little bit. So that's option number one. We can slow ourselves down a little. I want to get a little bit closer to the ground. And our signal kind of sucks. But that's fine. It's not the greatest signal. In fact, we should probably start thinking of getting ourselves a little bit stationary. That's the right chute, correct? Alright, so let's deploy the chute. We're going to let this slow ourselves down even further. Because we need to slow down. Because if we slow down or separate from the heat shield now, the same thing is going to happen where it's going to hit us. So next thing we need to do is just start fixing this angle. Okay. And there's our rover. So all we really got to do is separate safely. Alright. So we got this. Oh my gosh. This staging's all whacked. Alright. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to bring this down. We'll turn on those engines. And while the engines are kind of going, we're just going to do a little test. Just a little test. To see how much it's actually cooking the rover. So there we go. So it does heat up the lamps a little bit. See that? So we and the I saw some of the thruster blocks getting hot too. So let's see what we can do here. Maybe if we lower it just a little bit, just make sure it doesn't clip. How are we doing here? Okay. That looks a lot better. Nothing's cooking. And we should be okay, so let's wait for that chute to open up a little bit more. In fact, I might even deploy those drogue chutes. But I'm feeling good about this one. We just gotta slow ourselves down a little bit more in order to separate from our heat shield. Because heat shield's kind of the bane of our existence right now. It saved us, but now it's gonna be the death of us. Yeah, let's deploy those drogue chutes now. Where's the other drogue chute? Hello? Don't make my rover awkward. Are the drogue chutes like all over the place? What? You got messy drogue chutes. Hold on. Did they get them all? I only see 3. Where's the other drogue chute? Deploy mode. Oh boy. We got... Dang it. Okay. Let's put it here. In between. Shoot. Oh, here we go. Did I get it? I just need to deploy this one. Okay, we don't need this stage. Alright. It's definitely a little bit unimmersive right here. But the original plan was that this would slow us down enough, but those thrusters are cooking the rover a little bit, and so I don't want to use it too much. See that the thruster blocks get hot. And it's not slowing us down. Oh boy. Okay. Come on, chutes. You need to open so we can dump this thing. Okay, let's just warp ahead. It's just gonna have to be how it is. Until the chute's open, we can't separate from our heat shield. But I mean, we're moving pretty slow, which is good. It's nice. But I'm also kind of terrified right now. Just a bit terrified. There you go. Alright, so how are we doing now? So we're at 20 meters a second. That shaved off like 10. I'm hoping that's enough to slow us down. I don't know. Let's save the game. Let's put it over Eve again. Save, yes, overwrite. I'm going to try the separation. If it blows us up, then we know we did wrong. So here it goes in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. I'm gonna turn the RCS on too. We just need to get out of the way. Shoot. Oh, we flipped. Flip back. No! Crap. Well, there's that. There's not enough RCS. It ran out, literally ran out. Alright, let's do... There are some other options here. Which is the dump this guy. Goodbye. Let's get these chutes open. Alrighty. And let's turn on the reaction wheel in here. Running. Okay. And let's fix our thing here. I think we're in a good spot now. The only issue is this rover is kind of in a wonky position. But we're moving very slow. So like, that's good. Turn those brakes on. There's no reason for the brakes to be on. Come on. You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. We can't be like this. But man, we are falling so slow. Okay, let's just allow ourselves to... Oh, jeez. The warp is not happy with the hinges. I don't want to cut any chutes because this is like the perfect speed to be lowering down, but at least our delivery system worked. You flipped over because you had chutes under the center of mass. Yeah. It's basically what I'm gonna have to do at the last second is just push the rover forward like this so it doesn't get stuck on just upside down. So but yeah, next time I'll have to find another place to put them, but because sticking them here it just broke the arms. But I wanted something that can unfold itself, because if I kept it open like this, it just made for a really big awkward payload. So I don't know. We'll see here. Let's log some temperatures. Let's get some stuff here. While we're here, while we're coming down, let's see, log gravity. Oh, we can't scan gravity? Okay, fine. We can do that. We can log the pressure of the atmosphere. Very good. And let's send all that out. While we're still up here, let's do that. Transmit data. Keep an eye on our battery. Oh no! Okay, should have thought about that. Oh my gosh, what? Why did that thing just crumple on itself? Are you serious? What's all this about? Oh jeez. We have a problem. Are you serious? At the last second? That's a little obnoxious. Alright, here we go. Let's see how this works. Why did this thing crap out like that? Stupid hinge. Well, it landed. As far as this goes, the game just glitched, and now it's struggling. I don't know how to fix it. And it just crumpled on itself. I don't know what to do. If I try to like because if I try to change it, it just behaves oddly. Oh shoot. Why is it so limp? What is wrong with you? Well, there we go. You have a rover that can't drive. In fact, we'd probably just be better off driving the crane by just rolling it on its reaction wheel like this. Or even firing up the engines, because this thing has enough to fly. I wonder if it has something to do with Eve's gravity, because I know Eve has higher gravity. If it maybe just crumpled it, but like this guy's doing fine. Okay, if I did this. But like, yeah, this other one's struggling, like big time. I don't know. I don't know how to fix this. It's just, it's stuck. It just crumpled up at the last second. I don't know what that's all about. Let's try to fix this. So, when we slow down at this point, we're able to separate just fine. So let's just be very careful not to do anything else after this stage. But we do need to dump it. Yeah. Well, daggum. And then it flips upside down. Alright, so something that we gotta think about. So let's turn on reaction wheels, toggle the torque. Hopefully this doesn't conflict too much. No. Yeah, it's not gonna work that way either. And these guys just don't compute very well. So let's dump this guy. Ay, ay, ay. Why aren't you separating? You're supposed to separate. Okay, back up. It worked fine in the last one. But now it's like, it's fighting me. Okay, so this is going there. What if... So we need to dump this. But then it flips over when we do. So I'm thinking... What if we dump the crane... and then just deploy all the chutes at the same time? That might work. So we'll do this. Let's try that. Alright, crane. Oh! What was it? Okay, it's just a stack separator. That's the only thing that exploded. We're fine. Okay. Eve's gravity is definitely... It's brutal. That's for sure. As far as this goes, let's just leave it. I don't even want to touch it. We'll just ride this out a little bit. Ah, it's the warp. I don't know what to do. What is this? It crushed the crushed the antenna. Dang it. Alright. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. To deliver this thing safely. I mean, there's the other option where we just land how we are, like, right now. Just let it land with the heat shield. My worry is that we'll just get stuck in the heat shield and not be able to roll out of it. Like, I feel like we're just gonna get stuck on this thing. mean, if we dump the heat shield, the whole thing flips over. But if I dump that as well, then the rover struggles to stay oriented. So let's do heat shield first. Then we dump this guy. Let's see how we do. We're going down at 11 meters a second, which is a little bit fast. It's just barely too fast. And we got the butt of our rover floating up, or floating down. So what if we open up these back ones here? Let's try that. How's that? Jeez. Well then. Can you at least try the retrograde? No? It's not your cup of tea? Alright. Let's toggle the torque. That should help it a little bit. There you go. Yeah, we're just gonna have to ride this thing out. Just a little bit. Just like that. We're gonna turn the brakes on. And it's nice and easy. We're gonna open up this antenna because we need to get a signal down. Alright. I think we're gonna get it this time. Fourth time's a charm, right? Come on. Yes! We got a rover on Eve. Finally. It's, Eve's gravity is a little higher than I expected it to be for this rover. Because it's kind of stuck. Why are you stuck? GG. Thanks, man. Now we just kind of get this guy to drive. I don't know what's stopping him. Let's turn the reaction wheel off. No need for it. But yeah, like he's struggling. Doesn't drive. I don't know why it's not driving, but I landed it. So, I mean, I tested driving this guy around before I, like, took off, but I don't know. I don't know how to fix this guy's issue. But it's there. It's a rover. Let's run atmospheric stuff. Let's just start sending some data back. So at least get something for our efforts. And let's turn these lights on. Let's get the lights on. And let's try to fly. You gotta try something. Why? What is up with you? The game's so glitchy. No. Alright, law of gravity. Send that back. Oh jeez, and it just crumpled. I think it is the gravity. I think that's what it's struggling with. Because it just broke. Just sitting here. Log seismic activity. Not enough electric charge. Oh. Okay. Let's try this. We might lose our solar panels. Jeez. Where did I place the batteries on this thing anyway? Here they are. So it's a little... Is it a gravity and a battery thing? I don't understand. But it's definitely struggling. Okay, so it didn't send that one off, and it didn't send Didn't send the temperature off. Or the gravity. It didn't send anything off. We have no battery. Well, there we go. So the rover crumples under its own weight because there's no power apparently, and the gravity on Eve is too much for these hinges to handle, and so that was the issue. It was something I did not expect. I thought the rover could handle it. I was incorrect in that assessment. So if we send another one over, we're just gonna have to remember to send a more sturdy, probably even a smaller rover, because this guy here is he's struggling, man. He's struggling big time. Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. Because it just can't handle the environment. That's basically it. That's it. So, well, we tried. We did our best. This just, it can't handle it. That's just how it is. Oh my gosh. There we go. So this thing's more of a, I would say, it's more of a just on the ground station now. It's like the Curiosity, or not the Curiosity, what's that thing called? The rover that they just recently landed there, that just sits in one spot, and it like measures the ground on Mars. What's that guy called? Does anyone remember what that rover is called? I can't remember. It's like, it just slipped my mind, but that's what this guy reminds me of now, because he can't go mobile. He's stuck. It looks like the hinges kind of got back in the correct positions. Let me see something. Let's, if I can select one of them. Come on, hinge. Where you at? Here it is. Damping. Nope. There it is. Motor engaged. So it definitely takes power. That was another thing I didn't expect, how much power these little hinges were going to be using up. Oh. We may have saved it. It's not exactly the best, but it is using the wheels. Just kind of, sort of. Oh, look. That's the problem. The wheels are broken. The wheels on this side are fine, but the wheels on this side are busted. So we would have to send an engineer to fix this. Aside from that, I mean, the rover works. So there we go, guys. We did it. We got the rover there. It struggled a little bit. I was trying to figure out what was wrong, and we figured it out. The tires on this side are popped. Tires on this side are fine. And then the hinges require a lot of power, so that's our issue. I'm not sure if we can actually get this rover to go anywhere with broken tires. But yeah, so if we want to send anybody over to recover this thing, we have to fix the tires on this guy right here. So that's the thing. And then we need to get our engineer back. So, but aside from that, I mean, it works. This guy, I mean, it was kind of a dangerous descent. I mean, there was definitely better ways to do it, but I just wanted to do it with a sky crane. So, I mean, here's the delivery system part of it. That's the heat shield. And there's the sky crane. And in fact, I'm going to rename it so we know what it is. This is the Eve sky crane. Technically, it's just junk at this point. I don't know if I like it on all caps. Eve sky crane. But Yeah, so we'll probably just call it a lander at this point. 'Cause I don't know what else it is. But it's there. It's on the ground. It does have fuel. It could try to fly away. And it can flip like this. So it could fly. It has just enough to carry its own weight, but not for very long. And then Eve is just such high gravity, it would just come back down real quick, so it wouldn't get far. It would be fun for some fireworks, but we're just gonna keep it there. We'll fix our rover somehow. I don't know how, but we will. On the later future mission, we'll send an engineer to fix our rover. But for now, the rover's just there. It's just chilling. It's just whatever. I think it's also sliding down the hill slightly. Look at that. If you look right here, it's moving just ever so slightly. Let's turn the brakes on, see if that fixes it. Stop sliding! What are you doing? I don't know. That's KSP for you. KSP2, I hope fixes the wheels. The trailer made it look like the wheels were working really well, so yeah. Anyway, there we go. So let's go back to the Space Center. I'm happy with it. There's something I wanted to do with the main space station. It's got some stability issues. And then maybe we can start looking into grabbing some asteroids. But first, let's take a look at the station. So we got the ring station. Where are you at? There's a ring station here. Somewhere. I know it because I have it here, the space station ring. We need a better name for this. So if anybody's got some good names for our ring here, ringed space station, I'm open to suggestions. But here it is, in all its glory. So what we need here, because there's an issue. We got which one? One of these reaction wheels are on, and the other one needs to be off. But there are reaction wheels in here, and if I remember correctly, some of them were competing with each other. Oh, here. Reaction wheels idle. They're all idle. Good. Yep. Okay. But the station has a stability issue, and I wanted to send something in between here to put some struts to connect down here. In fact, are these EVA struts? There's nobody on board this thing to fix this. This can be fixed. There's EVA struts on this side too. Oh, go me! I'm awesome. Okay, I didn't realize I did that. Okay, but I still wanted to put something here in the middle to give us some more options, to add some arms that can extend out. I wanted to add some solar panels. So, but as of right now, I mean, I really like it. It's just there could be more can be done. So that's what I'm gonna do. So a piece right here to add some arms. I'm not sure what I'm gonna add here yet, but definitely something here for sure. And have the arms extend out to make like these really long, like sweet power rays. I also I was kind of wanted to play around with some ion engines as well, or maybe for the space station or for something else. Also, I have this other bit, my pride and joy. We built a big capital ship, okay, and we named it the Hermes. Now the Hermes has an issue. So it requires fuel, and it's currently on empty, so we can't fly it. Because we spent all the fuel to get it into low orbit, and we had to build it in 3 different pieces. And now there's these modules that we also need to add onto it to make it more functional. So here's our ship. Now this thing's a monster. Alright. Now this guy... Let's see here. Can we get you to flip a little bit? Frame rates are dropping. However... Come on. Trying to get it to tilt, but it doesn't want to do it. There we go. But anyway, oh, here we go. Got it. So this guy here is a monster. Now, if you look over here, this is the engine that we attached to it. It's very... It needs a lot of fuel. And there's not a lot on here. And I'm not even sure how long it would take to get this to go to Duna. But that's kind of our trip that we're having planned. So I'm trying to decide how we're going to do that. I don't know yet. So... But it's going to be awesome. So we got a few little modules that we need to attach here still. I want to attach a power station on one of these modules as well. So like a lot of battery power basically. This over here, this is just a capsule, which can return back to Kerbin. So that's what that is. But yeah, so we need to add some kind of power source on this guy. But we'll work on it later. This is for a later episode, but for right now, it's cool. It's awesome. I'm doubting the engine. That's my problem. I don't think there's gonna be enough thrust to weight ratio for how big this thing is to get it to where we want it to go. So that's my issue with it. I have played with the idea of having it dock with our ring station. My only concern is I think it'll drop the frame rate so much that yeah, there's gonna be an issue. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with this guy. I mean, like, I want to fly to Duna. I just don't think it can actually get to Duna. I mean, like, it wouldn't take a lot. I mean, if you got the right transfer window, it's just barely, like, a matter of just a little prograde. And then, boom, you're at Duna. With barely any fuel expenditure. But I want to take this capital ship to Duna. Anyway. So that's one of the things that we got going here. Let's go back to the tracking station. Let's grab ourselves an asteroid to start searching. See if we can get one that comes in, and we can probably grab it and deorbit it. Or, I mean, deorbit. Bring it into orbit. There are no asteroids in orbit, but we want one in orbit. So let's see here. Which one of these guys would be coming in? And so we got those two. These two here look like they're going to try something. Track. Where are you going? Okay, so right here it enters Kerbin's sphere of influence. I'm not sure if what class is this? I didn't think about it. Terminate? No, don't terminate it. What is this? It's a class C. Oh, it disappeared. What? Lame. Okay, so we got this guy. There's tiny. Oh, that one disappeared too. Medium. I don't know. It doesn't tell me anymore what the class of this guy was. Do I want it? It I feel like it's gonna be so puny after that. Let's build a. We'll just keep it. We can build an asteroid capture system and slow it down. So let's see here. It's gonna have to have a claw. And I don't know. It's just gonna have to meet up with that asteroid, slow it down, and then bring it in. Let's see, let's go to cup. It's gonna be in. Yeah, it's gonna be in coupling. Oh, right. We need something to. Let's see, coupling. We'll do this. And let's make it very basic. It's gonna need a lot of power and a lot of reaction wheels. Like a lot. So that's when this thing gets a little bit tricky. Let's see. If I let's try payloads. Service module? That's too small. Oh, there we go. We can do this. And then open the shroud. How many batteries can we stick in this thing? And let's do auto struts. So that one's gonna have to go to the root part. But every single one after that will be a grandparent part. There we go. And reason I'm putting all this power on here because this thing's gonna need to power a lot of reaction wheels that will power orienting this asteroid. And we're gonna need a recharge system. So we'll do that. And we'll do that. It's kind of heavy. Alright, let's turn on the shroud. We got a little bit of clipping. I hate that. Should be fine. I mean, it's not too bad. I definitely don't like it. It's not my favorite. I don't like seeing it there. If I do this, maybe this will cover some of it up. Something like this. And I should also consider adding something like this to the Hermes. Next up, we're gonna need some kind of structure here. If I put it here, we've got issues. Alright, so if I brought it out like this, it's definitely gonna clip. Okay, let's try the smaller one. The photovoltaic. It's just something to cover that thing up. It's just so nasty. So ugly. I don't like seeing it float through it like this. Anyway, let's grab another payload. Maybe there's a bigger shroud that we can like place it all in. That one's small. That one. How big is this one? That's the right size. How about this? This is bigger for sure. I'm not sure if that's what I want though. No, we could probably make that work. So let's do this. Oh my gosh, it like pulled everything off. Delete that. So if it stayed here, we're gonna need something for that end cap here. Now there is an adapter someplace. Now if I think about it, I just gotta find that adapter. Here it is. So if I place the adapter here, right, and have it just connect, I'm hoping, that looks, let's see here, this doesn't cause too many issues. There we go, so that should be good. In fact, you can even put some lights here to help us, help direct us toward the asteroid. Something like this. Let's see, let's try R. And there we go. Something like that. That's what I was thinking. Then I'll stick the other one over here. Then we can rotate. And move tool. Rotate this guy here. Like you do. And move tool again. We have to rotate a little bit better. Let's see, rotate. There we go. Lights on. Lights on. We'll call this the what should we call it? Asteroid retrieval. Retrieval. Let's see. I don't know how to spell retrieval. I'm an idiot. Alright. Then we'll do something like this. So it needs to have power system. And it needs to have reaction wheels. So that's the payload. Let's see, auto strut. This needs to be root part. Oops, root part. Then the next one needs to be grandparent part from here on out. There we go. So it should have plenty of power, and we just need a way to recharge that power. And I think we'll be okay. So let's see. Let's get some RTGs here. We'll throw a few down here. I think I'm gonna grab another battery. Let's see, auto strut. This needs to go to the grandparent part. We'll delete these two. Then we'll just copy this one. And then one more battery. I'll show you why I did that. We need an SES module, okay? And actually, you know what? Think about it. This has everything we need. So I guess an SAS nose cone is not necessary. So we'll take it off then. In fact, we can just keep going with this. That plan works. We'll close it. So we'll have something like this. We'll grab the asteroid. We'll have another thing here on the side for reaction wheels. So let's see what we got here. We need some kind of cylinder, for sure. So something like this. Let's see, R. Okay. Can I? Nope. What can I do with? I was thinking I want something like this, and then the reaction wheels would be all here. We also need probably something to drill into the asteroid to refuel, because we're gonna need to power this thing. This thing needs to become powered to bring it back to the back to Kerbin. Where's the adapter? So I can stick another adapter here. Oh my gosh. There we go. Alright. Fuel tanks. What we got here? I mean, I want a little bit of a bigger fuel tank than that. Maybe not that one. I guess I could do this, and then a bigger one. Let's take a look at our adapters here real fast. Could try an adapter. Something like this? I don't know. Only reason I'm doing it like this is just seems like it looks cool. No other reason. Root parts. Auto strut, root part. And again, root part here. Whole thing needs to be auto strutted. This doesn't need to be auto strutted, so this should be going to heaviest part. There we go. Auto strut. Root parts. Root part. Alright. Let's go back to figuring out how we're gonna build this thing. So I think could probably try doing it with this. And if we hit, oops, if we hit the move tool, bring it in, you can probably get what I'm trying to do here. So there needs to be drills on this side, on both ends, and then reaction wheels coming down here. Oh, and convertitrons. Oh, I didn't even think about the convertitrons. Oh, they're so bulky. Convertitron. I'm gonna need big ones. Oh, this thing is gonna be so... Oh, no. Alright. It's gonna have to. It's gonna have to be this way. But it's gonna need a ton of reaction wheel power. On the struts, root part. Root part. Root part. Tanks, we're gonna need something to contain the ore. So we're gonna need an ore tank, like a big one. Alright, so there's that. Oh jeez. This thing looks odd. It's kind of cool though at the same time. I kind of like it. Now, I was thinking about adding tanks like this, but I think this can be too much weight. And as I think it'll clip if this thing opened up. But we're not going to open it. So there's no reason to worry about that. So I think we're good there. Alright, so we have a storage system. We have a claw. A ton of reaction wheels. Yep. Oh no, actually these guys need to be on grandparent parts. This one as well, grandparent part. Okay. I'm not sure what else to add on this thing. How to bring it, make it more powerful. I'm gonna need an adapter. Did we leave my playlist? I think we did. Yeah. It's playing all sorts of music. Alright. I don't know, man. Okay, let's go back to utility. Let's just get those drills. So, these little guys here, they can clip on. Drills. What the heck? What are you doing? Just land on the cone right. There we go. So we got 2 drills. All of this is we're gonna need like a ton of heat dispersion for this guy, but it's a sweet mining ship actually for asteroids. Asteroid retrieval. Actually, we should probably call it asteroid mining. Asteroid mining ship. There we go. And so if it's gonna be mining, then it needs a way to transfer all this stuff. So let's do docking ports here on either side of the tanks. Actually, it should probably be on this tank without the slope of that tank here. So it'll get in the way. Also, we gotta think about communications. Probably stick it. Oh, we can stick it there. That's actually perfect. Perfect place for it. Next up. So it's not gonna need. Oh yeah, it's gonna need these things. So a very large radiators. Because it's gonna need some way to disperse this heat. Because this thing is gonna generate a lot. Okay. And come around this way. Alright. So, that's quite a bit going on in here. Okay. Can I sneak in one more? It's like right in there. I think we can. I think we're gonna be okay. If we do this. There we go. Grab another one. Can I get these guys all level? Alright, so it's gonna have some major heat dispersion. Extend. 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 I just want to make sure. I just want to check out the clipping. Okay. Now, mainly this will only extend during when it's like mining and in converting ore into fuel. But it looks cool. Sweet mining ship. But now it has to generate power as well because this is going to be very, 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 very power hungry. It's gonna require a ton of power. Like a lot. Like a lot of power. Let's see here. We can open this back up. We can grab a few more batteries. It's probably too many. Looks like there's only room for one more. How's the auto strut? Okay, perfect. I guess I can cap that off. So more battery. Because judging by how much we got going on here, we're gonna need a lot of power generation. Let's also add these RTGs. Like a whole bunch. Just right along this thing. These are going to be auto-strutted. They are also going to be kind of stacked on each other. If I can get it to do it. Doesn't seem like it wants to, though. Come on. There you go. That's what I wanted. We'll just have a couple of these. Something like that. We can get rid of these guys now. So, let's see. Auto struts, root part. Root part. This should actually be grandparent part. Grandparent part. And grandparent part. Alright. Now we can just grab this. Place it here. And have some major power generation. So that'll be nice. We are... Obviously, that's not going to be enough. But it's something. So, if we're, like, out in a dark spot, then it'll have something to rebuild. So, I think... What else can we do here? We can add, like, a little science thing on this. A little, like, extra probe that we can mine and send it back and get some sweet science. Like a return sample. We could try something like that. Place it on our monstrosity. Coupling. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I should probably grab... I have an idea. I got an idea. Structure... Some kind of a cone. Just like this. And on this, we'll have some... I'll put another docking port. And that... Like right here, I can place another... like a return sample. And it can probably be ion powered. Doesn't need a lot of power. It just needs to be able to separate. And then, like, when we get close to Kerbin. So it'd be like a little engine like this. It'll sit here and it'll just pop off and bring back samples and science. So it'll be actually a really cool little probe. I think some of the funnest probes that I've built in Kerbal Space Program have been the little ones instead of these really big projects. Let's see, engines. I need to think about something for the engine. Some way to get it to go across the galaxy. Or I guess just the solar system. So let's place those there. Alright, well, as far as its propulsion, I'm not sure what to do with it yet. but it also needs a way to power itself, and I also don't know how to do that. I mean, yeah, I stuck those RTGs on there, but won't be enough because that's a lot of battery power. In fact, let's test it out. We can launch it, and while it's sitting there, we can run everything and see how it does. I don't know how to get any kind of ore inside the tanks though without flipping the ship, in which case it's not going to be very effective. Let's see, start, just do all of this. Yeah, it's missing ore. I guess if we do infinite fuel, it might. Let's do this. Oops. I always forget how to do the cheat things. I don't use it much. Let's see. If I did infinite propellant, would that give me what I'm looking for? Oxidizer, fuel. Ah, jeez. I just need some ore. Let's see. Deploy the drills. Yeah, I don't have a way to test this. Well, shoot. It looks cool, though. It looks like a giant beetle. Or something. Oh, these guys. This needs to be auto-strutted. Look how it's wobbling there. If I did root parts. Let's see, root parts. No, it's still doing it. I don't know. Are you auto-strutted? It has a bit of a wobble. With all those reaction wheels. I don't know. It's definitely got a lot of energy, a lot of power. But I don't have any way to test it. I don't have to, like, yeah. I don't know. It looks cool though. It definitely has a lot of heat dispersion. I don't know what else to do tonight. This is definitely not going to be a project I can finish tonight. So anyway, we'll finish this one on the next one. So we'll just go along with that. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call it there because anything I start is going to take all night. So I think I'm going to call it. But I think we did a lot of good work. We got a rover on Eve. We popped its tires so it can't drive anywhere. But you know what? We got it there. We'll just have to get an engineer over there and fix those tires and then bring him back. Jebediah and I think Bob's the engineer? I can't remember. But that's what we're going to have to do here. So, but so far, so good. I mean, it looks cool. It'll be able to drill from the asteroid, fill up, and create some fuel for itself so it can continually have something to fuel up. Anyway, I'm getting tired. I'm starting to feel slur and merge my words apparently. So I am gonna call it there, you guys. So have an awesome night, and Monday through Wednesday is my schedule. I'm probably gonna be changing it up, so we're gonna see here what happens. But for right now, Monday through Wednesday, and then I'm gonna switch it up. So I'm thinking now. You guys can tell me what you guys think about this as well. But Monday through Wednesday, I was thinking of doing in the evenings. Okay. I'm gonna take Thursday off, and then maybe stream Friday and Saturday morning, and then take Sunday off. So 2 days off, 5 days on. Thursday resting, and Sunday's resting for me. I can be able to recoup my brain. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. But for sure, Monday through Wednesday, for sure. So yeah. Anyway, guys,
This is my third outro tonight. So yeah, I'm just gonna call it good. So
See you later. Peace.